back. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Mercury in the sign of Scorpio, the depth. And so let's get into this. Please like this video if you like it, and of course remember to subscribe and go to my website, the link is below, in order to find out where your planets are placed and for some extra goodies, also to book your appointment with me. So Mercury, the messenger of the gods, the planet that represents the way that we think, the way that we communicate. And so whenever somebody has their Mercury in Scorpio, these are some very complicated and interesting people. They make supreme detectives and investigators. And even Kim Kardashian, whether you like her or not, she has her Mercury in Scorpio, and she speaks very openly about how she would track down and catch even her friends' significant others not being faithful. She would call into their voicemail and do all these things in order to find out what was really going on. And so Hillary Clinton has this placement, Eminem, Aleister Crowley, Mahatma Gandhi, Aishwarya Rai, forgive me if I didn't say that properly, but I love her, also has this placement. And so like I said, these people just know. To lie to these people is a really, really, really bad idea. Actually, I believe Miley Cyrus also has this placement. So anything that you've heard about in the news with any of these people, don't think that they didn't know way before everybody else. Maybe they just didn't want to admit it to themselves or admit it publicly, because depending on what the rest of the chart looks like, these people, as much as they seem like they're out in the open with whatever they're giving you, trust me when I say that they're not. So whatever they're giving you, whatever information they give you, is actually to bait you and keep you on the outside. And they're so good at doing this. You know, they are so deeply skilled at leading you in another direction, just so that they have a part of their thoughts that is left untouched by other people. There's a part of their thoughts that they don't want anybody else to taint, to touch, to get a hold of. And you'll notice that even with their belief systems, in some ways they're very deep, they're very open about their belief systems, and in other ways, you know, there's things that they will always take to the grave. And it's not necessarily in, how do I explain this? It's not necessarily in that Capricorn way. Like a Capricorn just doesn't want you to know. For Scorpio, or forgive me, for someone with their Mercury in Scorpio, this is sacred information to them. There are sacred facts that they kind of want to keep to themselves about their life, about different things in their life, and that's just the way that they are. With that being said, because of that, they can come off as being very mysterious. If you met any of these people in real life, even as much as they tell you all these deep things, they still have this air of mystery to them. And if you're wondering what that is, well, that's what it is. At their worst, these people can have this really serious dark side. At their best, though, they have this ability to connect you to this feeling that there's more, that you can rebound in life, that you can make a comeback. I mean, these people are comeback experts, and that's really what their game is. And they are this way especially when they go through some sort of deep rebirthing process, and they speak about it, they're raw about it. They are able to connect with people from this idea of, you know, having to go down to get back up. Now, if they didn't do it that way, then they wouldn't have as much success. Like, for example, Katy Perry has this placement, and you have to forgive me in advance. I don't know that much about Katy Perry, and from what I've noticed, she's going through something like this in a way which has to do with other placements in her chart. But my point here is she is successful, but she hasn't been as successful in that rebounding because she hasn't shared that depth, the darkness to the light, the deep depth where she's okay to admit her darkness in order to be brought up by the people, if that makes sense. And anyways, that's something that I've noticed. And what's your opinion on this? Do you actually follow Katy Perry? Unlike me, maybe there's something that I've missed, and yet that's my opinion on this. Whereas if you see someone like Miley Cyrus, she is more apt to actually go into that regardless of what you actually think about her. Eminem, look at the songs that he has sung or rapped in, and as far as I know, I believe he writes all of his own music. You know, there are these very deep, sad, close to death types of themes, but then you know, because you see his life now or then, that he's come a long way, that he's come up from the ashes, but they're still human. And being human is exactly what makes these people relatable. You know, the problem with someone that maybe has their Mercury in Pisces, sometimes even Mercury in Aquarius, for example, is that they're amazing to speak to. You can get this deep connection with them, but sometimes people might feel like they're not really human, and not that they would say that necessarily. It's that the connection goes and then it ends to a point. Whereas with Mercury and Scorpio, it's kind of the opposite. It might be like you feel like you can't connect to them just because of that, you know, kind of the fog, the barrier, if that makes sense, the warning flashes. But then once you get to know them, you've never felt as connected to anyone else as you have to these people. These people intuitively know who and what you are and who and what you need, which can either be a great quality or it could be power being put in a way in the hands of the wrong people. So, do you have your Mercury in Scorpio? Are you an amazing investigator? And let me know. Do you have a brilliant mind? Are you amazing at connecting to spirit or connecting to the deeper things in life? I want to know. Please let me know below. You know, whether it's day or night, I love you. I hope you're doing well. And I am so excited to meet you when you book your one-on-one session with me at MissPamelaXOXO.com. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.